Hawks are taking on the St. Louis Lady Cyclones. We got just under 30 seconds to go, warm-ups. Hawks are making their way to the back of the net. Gia's going to make her way to the dot along with Sizzle and Mango, Liv, and Alexa. Got Emily. Puck stays in the zone. Cyclones kick it out over towards Alexa. Alexa grabs it, comes back a little bit. Serves it up over to Liv. Liv looks up, hits Brownie. Brownie crosses the blue line with it. Up along the hash marks. Philly trying to tip it, gets over towards Jess at the far side corner. Jess trying to get a shot off. Demi puts it off of a boot. Got Maddie coming to the dot with Kendall and Bus, along with Greta. Bus gets up the near side wall, just past Greta. Jocelyn's going to come back, pick it up. Jocelyn along the near side, sends it up towards Kendall. Kendall Tater tips it in. Goes along the far side wall, takes a big tumble. Gia comes out to the dot along with Sizzle and Mango, Liv, and Alexa. Along that far side wall, Alexa tips it over towards Gia. Gia puts it on net. Goalie catches it in the glove. Stops the clock at 11:22. Puts it down behind the goal line. Liv battling for it, comes back up to the top of the circle. Cyclones push it forward, but good stick there by Alexa. Bouncing it off the wall, goes into the corner. Brownie battling for it, Jess comes away with it, gets it over towards Philly. Cyclones on the rush, end up dumping it in down low. Picked up by Greta off the rebound from Emily. Philly with it, sends it. Greta's got it, the puck, got an open lane. Bus cleared out the zone there for her. Greta back behind the net. Sends it over towards Maddie. Maddie trying to get centered up towards Bus. Difficult over here this morning. Bus sends it out into center ice. Kendall chasing after it, causes a wild pass. Kendall chasing it, picks it up in the corner. Drops it for Rookie. Centering pass to Tater, a little bit off the mark. Tater comes back behind the goal line, centering it up towards Josh. Josh goes forehand, backhand, back down to Tater. Tater looking for someone. Pass towards Caden. Bit off the mark. Ends up coming all the way back into the Hawk zone. Back behind the net. Caden pushes it into the corner. Carmen grabs it, sends it up the wall. Brookie's going to grab it. Carry it up along the far side. Drop it in. Centering pass taken away by the Cyclones. Caden drops it for Alexa. Alexa walks it in, puts a shot down, gets tipped, goes over to the near side corner. Picked up by Liv. Back behind the net. Caden sends it back over to the near side. Liv's going to grab it. Liv sends it back to Caden. Bounces off of her stick. Cyclones send it over to the far side. Just over Gia's stick. Rookie comes all the way back into the Hawk zone. Sends it up. Liv's waiting at the blue line for it. Drops it for Gia. Cyclones pick it up on the near side wall. Sizzle battling for it. Kick back into the blue line. Cyclones going through center ice with it. Emily blocks the first one. Puck comes off the wall and out. On net. Cyclones go into the corner off the far side wall. Center it through. Taken away there by Greta. Greta's going to push it up through the blue line. Drops it back for Sizzle. Sizzle from the hash marks drops it back down low. Greta still in the corner. Ends up coming up to the top of the circle. Cyclones can't get it out of the zone. Finally get it into center ice. Swing and a miss there by Brownie. Demi with it at the top of the circle. Pushing it forward. Sizzle gets it up to the blue line. Finally out of the zone. Cyclones tap it in. Regain the rebound. Puck comes up the near side wall. Greta pushing it through center ice. Goes over to the far side. Carries it across. Philly with the goal. And Maddie off the boards. Drops it for Bus. Bus trying to grab a handle of it. Cyclones take it away. Kept back in the zone by Kendall. Cyclones grab it. Send it up. End up going back behind Emily. Stopped there by Carmen. Cyclones come up the near side wall to their point. Goes high up off the boards. Maddie trying to corral it. Maddie's going to go back to the corner. Stops, changes direction, looks for somebody up ice, sends it off the wall towards Kendall. Comes back into center ice for the Cyclones. They send it over to the far side. Stopped at the blue line there by Maddie. Cyclones dump it in. They're going to go for a line change. Hawks get a couple new fresh legs out there. Jocelyn sends a pass down. Tater kicks it around, gets it over towards Kendall. Kendall carries it up the boards. Body check there, getting that call on that one. Liv stops, turns around, gets it back down to Alexa down in the hash marks. Drops it down for Caden. Caden centers it up towards Tater. Cyclones finally touch the puck. Penalty coming up on the Cyclones. .330 here in the first. Hawks on their power play. Tater comes to the dot. Goes over to the corner, up the near side wall to Alexa. Alexa puts it down. Tipped by Caden. Shot goes just wide. Up the near side boards. Alexa tips it down to Brookie. Brookie's trying to put it over to the far side. Tater comes away with the puck. Walks it in. Puts it in the back of the net. Tater Dumpty with the goal. Greta tips it up to herself at center ice. Kicks it back to the blue line. Greta gets it. Comes up the near side board trying to get it towards Sizzle. Sizzle pushing it back into the Cyclone zone. Off the wall. Demi grabs it just inside the Hawk zone. Sends it over towards Greta. Greta outlet towards Gia. Gia tips it in. Goes down low. Chasing after it. Hawks going for a change. Mango keeps it on the far side wall. Kept in at the blue line by Joss. Tried to put it through the slot. Comes all the way back. Brownie just coming on. Going to have to go back and retreat and grab that. Sends it up the near side wall. Philly's going to grab it. Got a couple extra horsepower. Sends it over to Jess. Jess's one-timer goes a little bit off the mark as it was tipped. Joss back behind the net. In the near side corner, gets it to Philly. Philly goes off the goalie's helmet. Up towards the blue line, kept in there by Joss. Joss keeping it in, battling it over to the far side wall. Loose puck comes down. Nope, back underneath the skates. Comes away by Jess. Jess falling down, gets it over towards Philly, but Philly meets a couple of Cyclones. Comes over to the near side wall. Carmen goes and tries to chip at it. Brownie sends it back down, goes off a boot, and back up towards the blue line. Just out. Brownie dumps it in down low. Everybody tags up. Comes up the near side, just out of Carmen's reach. Joss is going to go chug back, pick up the puck, and it's icing. coming all the way back. 1:01 left here in the first. Maddie at the dot. Comes back to Liv. Liv puts it down, goes across the bow all over to the far side hash marks. Plus tracking it down, picks it back up, puts a shot. Goalie stands up, catches that one in the glove. Maddie at the dot. Kendall to the right, Bus to the left. Liv and Alexa back on D. Cyclones bring it back. Cyclones carry it through, send it across the bow. Emily tips it over towards Alexa. Loose puck. All right. Getting ready to start the second period. Hawks come back out. Emily making her way to the net. Tater Dumpty comes to the dot. Got Caden and Brookie. Brookie gets the puck up the near side wall, trying to push it through. Tater sends it in, but Brookie was on her backside at the blue line. Tater pushes it over to the near side wall. Cyclones keep it out of the zone. Greta steps up. Leaves it for Tater. Tater takes a pass. Brownie with the catch on the bench. And that would be Coach Brownie. Comes back to the Cyclones at the blue line. They send it up towards Greta, who tips it back up. Comes into center ice. Off a boot, back into the zone, grabbed by Demi. Demi bounces it off the wall just out of Tater's reach. Cyclones grab it at the blue line. They send it all the way across. Greta picks it up, bounces it over towards Demi, lets it come around to the near side wall, grabbed by the Cyclones. At the blue line, going off a couple of feet. Caden picks up the puck, centers it over towards Tater. Tater takes the shot. Goalie catches it in the glove. Stopping the clock at 14:04 in the second. Gia at the dot. Mango to the right side. Sizzle to the left. Joss and Carmen. Puck goes off a backside. Gia puts it down low. Sizzle's going to pick it up. Send it around to the far side hash. Josh grabs it. Carries it back down to the corner. Sizzle gets it, tips it back towards Mango. Comes up the far side wall, stopped by Joss. Joss walking it in, lost the handle of it at the far side dot. Kick back through the slot. Cyclones send it out, far side, send it all the way down. Icing waved off. Emily leaves it for Joss. Joss goes up. Her outlet pass gets tipped and goes into the Cyclones bench. Brownie at the dot. Pushed forward by Philly. Philly shoves it up towards Jess. Jess carries it across the blue line. Philly with the puck, puts a shot. Goalie reaches up in the self-defense and grabs that one just at about head height. Cyclones shovel this one up and out. Chasing after it. Icing being called. Coming back. Brownie at the dot. Philly to the right side. Push forward. Cyclones push it back. Comes up the near side hash marks. Off of Alexa to Philly. Philly gets it over between Jess's legs. Goes up the wall. Alexa tips it. Keeps it at the blue line. Philly grabs it. Shovels it over towards Jess on the near side. Jess looking around. Drops it for Alexa. Alexa sends it in on net. Kicked over by the goalie. Jess grabs it. Back into the corner. Around to the far side. Liv steps up. Seals the hash marks. Puts it down towards net. Gets tipped over to the far near side. Seal off that far side post. Drop down. Cover it up. Maddie makes her way to the dot. Talking with Kendall. Bus sitting in the slot. Kendall bounces it off the wall and out of the zone. Bus grabs it, tips it into the zone, picks the puck back up. Her centering pass goes off a boot, got stuck in some equipment. Comes over the near side hash marks. Cyclone send it back through center ice, off the far side wall, all the way down. I got her arm up. I got icing. Stopping the clock at 10:46 here in the second. Tater Dumpsy comes to the dot. Got Caden with the puck, top of the circle, puts a shot down, kicked over to the near side corner. Grabbed by the Cyclones at the blue line. Back up front. All the way down, and that's an icing. Gia calling out plays to Sizzle. Cyclones pushed it up to the top of the circle. Bounced it off the near side wall. Pushing it forward. Josh grabs it. Stops, changes direction. Comes back up. Point for Cyclones. Keeps it in. Sends it back down low. Cyclones trying to center it up. Kept in by the point. Shot goes just wide of Emily. Picked back up by the Cyclones. Up the near side wall. Josh putting some pressure on it. Loose puck, top of the circle. Goes into the far side corner. Carmen trying to chip it back up. Sizzle's able to get it up to the blue line. Puck comes up the near side, bounces just around Mango. Shoveled back in. Kicked out by Mango. Mango pushing it. Dumps it in. Hawks going to go for a change. Brownie on the ice, gets back behind the net, sends it on net. Goalie reaches down, covers it up, stops the clock at 9:11. Brownie at the dot, Philly sitting in the slot. Jess over to the near side. Cyclones win this one back, sending it up the wall towards Alexa, who keeps it. Sends a shot off of a boot. Battle at the far side. Cyclones on the rush. Good stick there by Alexa. Puts it over to the far side. Crosses the blue line. Top of the circle. Down to the dot. Puts it through the middle. Alexa swats at it. Puck ends up coming back. Good tip there by Liv. Keeps it up at the blue line. Alexa grabs it. Looks up. Delivers a pass over to Jess, who kicks it across the blue line. Brownie steals that one. Gets it over towards Philly. Philly drops it in as she goes, blows a tire. Puck comes across. Alexa sends it in. Battle at the near side hash marks. Comes over to the far side. Kendall stops it. Sends it back behind the net. Cyclone sends it off the near side wall. Alexa keeps it down low. Gets it over to Maddie. Maddie sends it into the far side corner. Bus chasing after it. Picks it up. Goes back behind the net. Stops, changes direction. Trying to center it up. It goes off a boot. Back up to the point for Demi. Demi drops it back down low. Cyclones were there. They send it a knuckler all the way down. No icing. Oh, I got an arm up. I do have icing. Stopping the clock at 7:31. Maddie at the dot. Gets it over to Bus on the near side wall. Battle at the hash mark. Comes up to the top of the circle. Demi keeps it in. Bounces the puck up in the air. Kicked away by the Cyclones. Maddie drops it back to Greta. Greta sends it over to the far side towards Kendall. Kendall carried it across the blue line. Lost the handle of it. Demi comes back to the blue line. Picks it up. Stop, turns around. Puts it at the blue line. Picked up by the Cyclones. They walk it in. Through the slot. Kicked away there by Demi. Plus picks up the loose puck, comes out of the zone, pushing it forward towards Kendall. Loose puck grabbed by Maddie, circles it around towards Greta. Greta's got some open space, gets it towards Caden. Caden centers it up to Brookie. Brookie takes a shot, goes just wide of the net. Cyclone send it all the way around the near side. Stopped there by Tater Dumpty, picked up by Brookie. Brookie goes through the slot, takes a centering pass. Caden's stick was tied up. Carmen puts a shot down. Brookie takes the tumble. Cyclone sends it up the far side wall. Picked up by Caden. Caden lost the handle of it. Dusting it off. Puck comes back. Joss comes back. Ties the girl up. No trip called on that one. Brookie takes the puck across the blue line. Centers it up to Tater. Tater takes a shot, puts it in the back of the net. Goal by Tater, served up by Brookie. The wall. Centering pass. Ends up going back over to Liv in the far side corner. Goes around a couple, lost the handle of it. Shot, Emily tips that one up in the air, grabbed down there by Mango, kicks it out of the zone. Sizzle chasing after it. Comes up to the blue line. Tipped by Cyclones all the way down. Emily's going to stop it. Serve it up to Alexa. Alexa comes up near side, sends it up to Mango. Mango hits Sizzle. Sizzle's going to carry it across. Through the slot, lost the handle of it. Stopped at the blue line there by Alexa. Dropped down low by Mango. Back behind the net. Going for a line change. Alexa's the only one out here. Comes up the near side wall. Alexa stops, turns it around. Sends it 4:30 left here in the second period. In the corner, Brownie sends it back behind the net. Jess sends it back towards Brownie, but a little bit off the mark. Philly takes a tumble in front of the net. Greta bounces it off a couple legs. Comes back into center ice where Demi was waiting. Demi gets it over towards Jess. Jess waits until across the blue line. Jess walking it in. Goes backhand. Kick saved by the goalie. Philly carries it back behind the goal line again. Brownie spaces out and gets the puck. Put it on net. Ends up getting cleared out by the Cyclones. Comes up the far side. Goes into the corner. Back in front of Emily. She kicks it away. Josh grabs it. Sends it up the far side. Kendall puts it towards center ice. Touched on the wrong side of the blue line there by Kendall. Offsides. Turn around, send it over. Back into center ice, picked up by Carmen. Carmen sends it up towards Kendall. Kendall trying to get it around one. Comes up along the near side hash marks. Maddie dusting it off, gets it over to Kendall. Kendall got tied up. Carmen puts it down on net, kicked up towards Bus. Jocelyn keeps it down low. Drops it for Bus. Bus trying to dust it. Loose puck. Caden pushes it over to the corner. Tater grabs it at the far side hash, gets pressed up against the wall. Caden helping out. Gets it up towards Liv. Liv taps it up. Rookie taps it down. A little tap. Caden with the puck, shovels it back towards Tater. Kicks it up towards the net. In the slot. Alexa takes a shot off the goalie's head. Goalie reaches down, covers it up. 1:45 here to go in the second. And getting a little physical in front of that goalie. Tater looking around, seeing who she's got out there. Same five. Caden with the shot. Goalie catches that one in the glove. Off of her shoulder. Tater dumpty at the dot again. Cyclones pull it back towards their goal line. Swatted away there by Caden. Tater takes a shot. Wrap around there by Caden. Love Caden's presence in front of that net. Going to take a lot to move her out of the way. Tater wins it back to the far side. Liv stops it on the far side wall. Sends it through the slot. Tipped back up. Rookie kicks it over to the far side wall. Drops it down to Tater. Tater takes a tumble. Goes up the far side boards. Alexa's going to run back and pick that up at the top of the circle. Carries it back behind Emily. Sends it up the wall towards Brookie. Cyclone stopped it. Send it back down low, but Alexa was there. Separates the player from the puck. Delivers it over towards Tater. Tater sends it up to the blue line. Liv comes back, grabs it at the top of the circle, turns around, looks up. Lofts one up towards Gia. Gia ends up tapping it into the zone. Sizzle chasing after it. We're under a minute to go here. Gets it back to Mango. Mango trying to center it up. Goes off the backside of the net in the far side corner. Up to the top of the slot where Alexa has it. Puts it down low. Tips by Mango. Goes just wide. Off the far side wall. Stopped by Liv. Liv dusts it around a couple. Gets it through the slot. Liv gets it again. Puts a shot on net. Goalie catches that one in the glove. Stops the clock at 24.7. Gia making her way to the dot. Alexa and Liv step off and give Greta and Demi some time. Mango, Sizzle. Loose puck grabbed by Sizzle. Puts it back behind the net. Off the near side wall up towards Demi at the blue line. She sends it back behind the goal line. Grabbed by the Cyclones. Tipped away. Mango trying to get a shot off. Couldn't get the whole puck, but put it on net. Greta grabs it on the far side wall. Carries it down low. And that is the horn and end of your second period. Going to make their way to the locker rooms as the ice is going to get cut here. All right. Teams are making their way back out to the ice. Doors are now sealed. Referees blowing the whistle, getting the players back to the benches. We got 15 minutes to find out who's going to go on and advance to the 2 o'clock championship game. Hawks in their white jerseys going left to right this third period. Tater makes her way to the dot with Caden and Brookie. Brookie taps that one away, goes over to the near side wall. Caden swoops it away. Caden gets pushed up against the wall. Comes back into center ice, grabbed by Demi. Demi bounces it off the wall, picked up by the Cyclones. They carry it across the blue line. Drop it in down low. Greta's going to pick it up. Leaves it in front of the net. Tater picks it up, sends it up towards Brookie. Offside's called on the Hawks. Emily was preoccupied with the skater coming in and didn't see the puck almost going across the blue line there, or goal line. She has got an 8 issue with her skate. Brownie pushes it forward, goes through some heavy traffic, guns up going over to the near side corner with it. Sizzle trying to help out. Comes back up to the top of the blue line. Mango blows a tire. Shot on Emily, goes over to the near side corner. Sit back behind the goal line. Carmen gets it over to Brownie. Brownie lost the handle of it. Brownie's going to go to the box. Got twisted and tied up and a little extra shove. Hawks going on the penalty kill. Got Gia to the dot, fixed her skates, top of the slot, goes down low, stopped by Liv. Liv kicks it up to the blue line, shoveled back down. Liv sends this one all the way down. Cyclones goalie sends it back up to the top of the circle, turned over to Gia. Gia kicks it over to Liv. Liv puts a shot down, gets tipped, Goes through the slot, lost the handle of it, back up here to the blue line. Joss battling. Keeps her along the outside. Back through the middle, swatted away there by Alexa. Gets it up to Gia. Gia kicks it out of the zone. Cyclones regroup. Come over to the near side, back over to the far side. Philly just missed that pass. Alexa's going to pick it up, send it off the wall and out of the zone. Philly grabs the puck, sends it down close to the net. Goalie twigs it away. Up the near side wall. Greta takes a tumble, blows a tire. Kicked out of the zone. Good pressure there by Philly. Back up through center. Tipped away. Cyclones grab it. They blow a tire. Gotta watch out. This ice is pretty slippery. Philly grabs the puck, sends it off the wall and out of the zone. Got 15 seconds left on the penalty kill. Comes up the near side boards, bouncing it off the wall, stopped at the blue line, taken away there by Tater. Tater trying to go through traffic, picked up by Bus. Bus sends it into the zone. Penalty's now over. Back to 5-on-5. Cyclones retreat and go back behind their net. Come up the far side wall, send it off the wall. Bounces over Tater's twig. Greta tips it back up to the blue lines, grabbed by the Cyclones. Cyclones send it into the zone. Back behind the net. Demi's going to grab it. Send it off the near side wall up towards Kendall. Maddie trying to help out. Through the slot, tipped away, picked up by Bus on that far side wall, pushing it forward. Carries it all the way down low, puts it on net, loose puck. Maddie grabs it, sends it back. Oh, just goes wide. Sizzle tips it back down behind the goal line. Cyclones were right there. They grab the puck. They send it off the boards and all the way out and down. They should have the distance. Why is that not an icing? Not quite sure. Jocelyn rifles one up the near side wall. Gets it towards Sizzle. Tipped into the Cyclone zone. Mango battling for it on that far side. Cyclones get it. They send it back into their own slot. Tip it up towards the blue line. Mango goes over to the far side wall. 50-50 puck there. Cyclones come away with it. Tip it into the zone. Joss goes back, grabs it. Sends it all the way around to the near side where Sizzle tips it over towards Mango. Mango gets it up towards Gia. Gia dusts it off, goes around one. Forehand, backhand shot on net. Rebound back by Mango or Sizzle in the back of the net. Goal by Maddie. Goal by Sizzle. Assisted by Gia and Mango. Puck goes down. Sorry, had to get that set. Cyclones are back in their own zone. Bouncing it off the wall. Stopped at the blue line by Tater. Sends it all the way over to the far side for Alexa. Grabs it off the wall. Gets across center ice. Dumps it in down low. Back up the near side wall. Liv taps it back down. Cyclones putting some pressure. Tater seals the blue line. Liv taps it away. Gets it over towards Tater. Tater's going to carry it up the near side wall. It's taken away at the hash marks. Cyclones send it up towards Liv. Kicks it back down low. Cyclones send it up the far side. We got 10 minutes to go here. Taken away by Tater. Gets it over towards Brookie. Brookie carries it. Drops it up the wall, far side wall. Cyclones trying to get it around Alexa, and she seals it. Picked up by Brookie. Sends it into the far side corner. Wraps all the way around to the near side. Comes up the near side wall. Liv seals the hash marks. Sends it back down low. Cyclones retreat and send it back over to the far side. Jess lets it go for Alexa. Jess back down to Alexa. Jess trying to serve it up. Ends up coming all the way back. Emily taps it up to Philly. Philly grabs the puck, sends it up towards Brownie. Brownie kicks it to the center ice. Cyclone sends it to the blue line. Liv sends it over towards Jess. Jess dusts it off and gets around one. Was the handle of it, puts it across the bow. Comes over to the near side corner. Brownie sends it over to the far side. Jess is going to try to get over there. Steals the puck away. Back up towards Demi at the point. Drops it down to Jess. Jess tries to take a shot. Gets tipped. Goes up high. Kept in by Philly. Philly sends it over to the far side to Jess. Jess walks it in. Takes a shot. Goes off the goalie's blocker and up into the protective netting behind her. Stopping the clock here at 8:45. Maddie at the dot. Puck goes down. Loose puck in the slot. Backhand by Bus. Ends up going over to the far side wall. Picked up by Demi. Gets it down to Bus. Bus dusts it off and goes down to the goal line. Walks it in. Takes a shot. Goes off the near side post and into the goalie's glove. Maddie comes up to the dot, wins it over to the far side. Demi takes a shot, goes off a boot and over to the near side hash marks. Cyclones retreat and go back over to the far side, send it off the far side wall. Just past Demi, I got an arm up. I got icing. Coming back. Maddie at the dot, plus tapping it down to the goal line. Picks it back up in the corner, battle for it. Cyclones send it up and out. Just past Demi. Emily comes up, saves the puck, sends it up the wall. Saves it again. Decides to drop down, cover it up. Getting the approval by Coach Brownie. Gia at the dot. Carmen sends it up top. Point sends it in down low. Goes over to the corner. Gia swatting at it. Goes up to the hash marks. Mango's pass goes up to the blue line. Kept in by the Cyclones. Joss comes over to the near side wall. Sends it up to Sizzle, who tips it into center ice. Grabbed by the Cyclones. They send it over to the far side wall. Mango stops. Dumps it in down low. Sizzle chasing after it. Cyclones send it up the near side wall. Stopped by Joss. From the hash marks, back behind the net. Nope. Cyclones change direction, come up the near side wall. Stopped by Joss at the blue line. Her pass gets tipped and goes over towards Carmen. Carmen knuckles one down low. Picked up by the Cyclones. Cyclones coming through the middle. Trying to go through Joss's legs, but not going to have it. Delivers the pass over to Mango. Picks a puck, loose puck near side boards. Rookie grabs it at the blue line, sends it over towards Carmen. Carmen sends it up towards Tater. Tater pushes it up towards Caden. Cyclones turn it around, kick it right back out. Alexa grabs it, gets it over to Liv on the near side. Liv's going to go across the blue line, go through the slot, drop it for Rookie. Rookie tries to pass it off, but got stopped. Centering pass comes through the middle and out of the zone, grabbed by Liv. Liv turns around, sends it up the wall. Just past one Cyclone, goes back behind the goal line. Up the near side hash marks. Liv steps up. Caden gets it back towards Tater. Tater wins the 50-50. Puts it through the slot. Oh, Brookie just misses it. Goes over to the far side hash marks for Alexa, tries sending it in. Alexa taps it off the wall. Carries it down to the behind the goal line. Picked up by the Cyclones. Alexa with it again. Near side dot. Tries taking a shot. Liv with a good work. Goes across the blue line. Cyclones trying to get it back out. Jess grabs it. Gets it over to Brownie. Brownie puts it down on net. Goes just wide. Philly back behind the net. Shovels it over to Jess. Jess puts it off the near side or far side post. Demi takes a shot. Goes off a boot and over to the far side corner. Jess tapping it up the wall. Philly trying to get to it. Cyclone send it up. Demi puts it down low. Philly got pushed away from the puck. Couldn't get a handle on it. Goalie reaches down, covers it up. Stops the clock at 4:33. Brownie pushes through. Shot on net. Loose puck. Shot again. Goalie reaches down, covers it up. .428 here to go in the third period. Brownie comes to the dot again. Cyclones win this one back. Tied up. Ends up going over to the far side. Jackson knocks it to the goal line. Philly trying to poke it away. Cyclone send it up the wall. Demi keeps it in. Drops it back down just past Jess. Goes back behind the net. Up the near side hash marks. Greta taps it. Goes up in the air. Rested on the ledge. Cyclones on the rush. Shot on Emily. She catches that one at eye level. Maddie at the dot, tied up, gets it over towards Kendall. Got it up to the blue line. Cyclone send it back in, down low. Carmen gets it, sends it up towards Bus. Bus regroups, goes back behind the net. Sends it up the wall, taken away by the Cyclones. Jocelyn kicks it to herself, pushes it up towards the blue line, grabbed by Kendall. Kendall trying to get around a couple, drops it for Jess. Joss takes a full-on arm shiver to the head. Puck comes back to center ice. Carmen sends it off the wall. Cyclones dump it in. Maddie with the puck. Looking up ice. It's Kendall. Kendall taps it. Goes down deep. Comes around to the near side. Up to the blue line. Grabbed by Bus. Bus walks the blue line, carries it back in after everyone got back onside. Goes into the corner where Gia stops, pulls up. Cyclones take it away, send it over the far side hash. Sizzle battling for it, centers it up towards Gia, who shot comes over to the near side wall. Puck goes through the middle, taken away by Mango. Couldn't get a shot off clean. Comes back top of the slot. Alexa has it, puts it down low. Kick saved by the goalie over to the far side corner, grabbed by Sizzle. Gets it down to Mango. Goes off a boot and right back to her. Cyclones get it up along that far side wall, send it off the wall just past Alexa, all the way down. That's going to roll, and that is icing. Stopping the clock at 2:08 here to go in the third. Gia makes her way to the dot with Mango to the right, Sizzle to the left, ties up, gets it to Sizzle, Sizzle back to Alexa, Alexa puts it down low, goes off a boot into the near side corner, Liv wins that 50-50, carries it along the goal line, gets taken down. Oh, come on! Alexa comes back. Offside's being called. How do you not see that when it's right in fucking front of you? That's fucking Bush League. Deliberately trying to hurt the girl. Fucking bullshit. Get your head out of your ass, ref! Tater at the dot ties him up. Cyclones couldn't hold the puck in the zone. Greta with the puck sends it up the wall and all the way down. Puck comes up the near side wall. Brookie ties her up. Goes back behind the goal line. Puck comes up the near side wall back into the center ice where Greta gets it. Sends it up towards Brookie. Tater swings and misses at the blue line for the Cyclones. Brookie wins that puck. Tater swats it away. Carries it across the blue line. Down low. Back behind the net. Gets it over to Jess. Jess goes off the far side post. Cyclones come up the near side wall. Dump it in down low. Emily stops it. Got 30 seconds to go. Leaves it for Demi. Demi goes off the boards up towards the blue line. Stopped by the point. Shot goes down low, just wide of the net. Greta's going to grab it. Greta bounces it off the wall. Demi picks it up. Trying to send it up. Ends up regrouping and grabbing it again. Sends it through center ice. Penalty's over. Game is over. Cyclones go home. Hawks advance onto the championship game. We're back at 2 o'clock in West Dundee. Frank, the announcer, signing off from between the blue lines.